Hello, dear students. Welcome back to our news channel. Let's see the article of the day. Random checks finds NSQ drugs in market. Here's what to know. Students, first of all, why we need medicine? To maintain health and treat our illnesses, right? Like vaccines, for example, it protect against infections like polio, measles, and the flu. And medicines like antibiotics or antiviral drugs cure infections. And then we have a certain set of medicine that can reduce pain, or it, it can make injuries or surgeries more bearable, right? So overall, medicine help restore normal body functions, and it support recovery after illness or any injury, right? But what recently happened? See, medicines here, we have found that CDSCO. Okay, CDSCO is an organization and found that certain samples of medicines, including some common ones such as paracetamol, metformin, and Pandy, which is used for acidity, has been found as NSQ. Yes, NSQ. NSQ matlab not of standard quality, right? So, and certain medicines are considered NSQ when they fail to meet the quality standards by regulatory authority. जैसा उनकी क्वालिटी होनी चाहिए, उस क्वालिटी जितना वो नहीं जब मिलता है, तब they have been declared as NSQ, right? So first of all, CDSCO. CDSCO क्या है? It's India's national regulatory authority, which is responsible for overseeing the safety and efficacy and the quality of drugs. And not just the drugs, but also even some cosmetic items and even medical devices, right? So CDSCO, which stands for Central Drugs Standard Control Organization. It's a non-constitutional body, meaning that it is not mentioned in our constitution, and it was established under the Drugs and Cosmetics Act, Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940, right? So, which is a statutory law passed by the Parliament of India. And CDSCO operates as the main regulatory authority for drugs, medical devices, and cosmetics in the whole country, but does not have a constitutional mandate, right? So basically, it's responsible for overseeing the quality of drugs that are there in our country, that are manufacturing in our country, right? So CDSCO is a national regulatory authority, and it regulates and approves, give approval, even it approves the license of new medicine and ensure that the drugs that are available in the market meet the prescribed standard, right? And CDSO can in fact conduct random quality test, and it can enforce even the compliance with the Drug and Cosmetics Act to safeguard the overall public health, right? तो CDSCO क्या कर सकता है? रैंडम चेक, रैंडम क्वालिटी टेस्ट कर सकता है. तो उसी टेस्ट के अंदर पता चला कि कुछ ऐसे मेडिसिन है which are used for common illnesses, they are found to be not of standard quality, NSQ. Okay, so CDSCO plays a crucial role in preventing the distribution of substandard or counterfeit medicine. Okay, जो नकली दवाइयां होती हैं, right? Or even the medicines which are not of standard quality. So CDSCO क्या करता है, ये सब की देखभाल करता है, रैंडम टेस्ट कंडक्ट करता है, एंड इवन if a company wants to manufacture a new medicine, so they require a license. ऐसे नहीं हो सकता कि वो एकदम से रैंडमली कोई भी मेडिसिन बनाना मैन्युफैक्चर करना स्टार्ट कर दे एंड मार्केट में लॉन्च कर दे. नो, दे फर्स्ट रिक्वायर दे फर्स्ट रिक्वायर द अप्रूवल फ्रॉम CDSCO. Okay, then only they can manufacture any medicine. All right. So what happened recently, over 50 commonly used medicines in India, like paracetamol. Now, paracetamol आपने और मैंने last 6 months में कभी ना कभी यूज किया ही है. And then there's antacid, which is mainly used for acidity regulator like PANDI, and calcium supplements. They have been flagged as not of standard quality, NSQ, by CDSCO. So these medicines, which are used for conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, and infections, failed quality checks due to issues like incorrect composition or impurities, राइट. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि अगर आपको कोई मेडिसिन बनानी होती है, so it requires a certain percentage of chemical compounds, right? तो कभी कभी नॉट ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड NSQ मेडिसिन में क्या होता है कि उस परसेंटेज ऑफ कॉम्पोजिशन में नहीं वो बनी होती, right? And we have also seen that there can be certain impurities that are present in these medicine. So the situation has raised concern about patient safety, and it calls for stricter regulation and enforcement to ensure that there is a quality control in the pharmaceutical sector. Right. So there is a impact of what will happen if we find the drugs as NSQ. See, the recent discovery of the medicines as NSQ can have serious consequences. Patients using these some standard drugs, they may face ineffective treatment, which could further, worsen their health condition. And it could also undermine public trust in the healthcare system. कि अगर अभी हम बीमार पड़ जाएंगे तो हम जो मेडिसिन लेने के लिए जाएंगे वो तो क्वालिटी ही नहीं है, उसकी क्वालिटी ही नहीं है, right? So it also undermines public trust in the overall healthcare system, and it raises concerns about safety and regulation. Moreover, the pharmaceutical companies involved could face penalties, loss of reputation, and a decline in sale, and it will overall affect the economy, right? So this recent issue, it highlights several things, such as, first of all, health risk. Now, these substandard medicines, it may lead to ineffective treatment, delayed recovery, or even worsening of condition. Already जो condition present है वो और ज्यादा worsen हो सकती है, खराब हो सकती है, and it can erode public trust in the healthcare system and pharmaceutical companies, right? So stricter regulation and enforcement measures is required, and if the pressure is increased on manufacturers to comply with the quality standards, then maybe we won't be facing such kind of issues in the future. And the companies which are involved, they can also face reputation damage. अब अगर किसी पर्टिकुलर कंपनी के बारे में पता चला कि उनकी मेडिसिन सब स्टैंडर्ड क्वालिटी की है, अच्छी क्वालिटी की नहीं है, ऑब्वियसली तो कॉमन लोगों को एक बार ही पता चलता है तो ऑब्वियसली दे आर गोइंग टू फेस लॉसेस, राइट? But the question is, uh, how can these medicines are labeled as NSQ? Like, there must be certain quality standards which they fail to comply with, right? So this can happen due to several reasons, and it is mentioned in the article, like poor quality, adulterated drugs. See, if the medicine is not containing the correct amount of the active ingredient, the the ingredients that is required in the medicine, so this makes it less effective or ineffective, right? And if there's a poor manufacturing process, it can lead to contamination or even incorrect formulation. So these improper manufacturing practices can lead to poor quality of medicine. Also, let's say if the medicines are not stored under proper condition, मेडिसिन स्टोर करने के लिए भी प्रॉपर कंडीशन चाहिए होती है, राइट? तो अगर प्रॉपर कंडीशन नहीं होगा, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल टेम्परेचर और ह्यूमिडिटी, दैट कैन it can degrade and lose the ability to treat people. And sometimes what happened that there are also labeling errors, meaning incorrect labeling, जैसे wrong dosage या missing information is there. Then also this medicine, a certain medicine can be classified as a NSQ. And if medicines fail to pass certain quality tests during routine inspections or batch testing, it may be labeled as NSQ. So the regulatory authority in India, CDSCO, it conducts regular tests and publishes list of those medicines that are NSQ to ensure that there is a public safety. Right? Now, what we can do as a common people, what we can do. See, in response to the discovery of NSQ medicines, common people can take certain steps, such as we have to stay informed. If the regularly checks are being conducted, so we need to remain informed about such updates, especially from the trusted sources. We always have to check the trusted sources like CDSCO or health news for any NSQ drug alert. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि rumors फैल जाते हैं, right? So only we should believe on we should have faith only on trusted websites. जैसे CDSCO की website होगी, right? And we should always verify batch numbers and manufacturing details against CDSCO's NSQ list. CDSCO के जो NSQ list है, उसके batch number और manufacturing details mentioned होते हैं. तो सिर्फ वही medicines are labeled as NSQ, not all the medicines. If we are saying that certain set of paracetamol medicines are labeled as NSQ, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि सारे ही paracetamol अब NSQ हो गई. We have to check the proper batch number and manufacturing details. And even after that, if we are unsure about the quality of prescribed medicines, we should always consult a doctor or a trusted pharmacist for alternatives. And if you are seeing any adverse effect on any people, so we should immediately report it to health authorities or the pharmacy, right? So these are some of the steps that we can take as a common people. All right, students. So that's it for today. Bye bye. Have a happy learning.